I have an effect on the NBA media landscape. Like, David Aldridge just released his NBA offseason preview, which he never does, and multiple websites have been doing this, and this is my second year doing it. And the views are blowing up. I think some NBA journalists are taking note. Maybe that's me being overconfident on myself, but let's talk about what are the offseason predictions for the Atlanta Hawks. So let's get right into today's video. I want to hear your thoughts down below right now. First one, what do you think the Hawks are going to do? Why are they going to do it? And how are they going to do it? I'd like to hear those three comments down below in the comment section while you're going down there. Hit that like and subscribe button for 150 plus videos a month. The Atlanta Hawks went from being conference finalists to losing in the first round to the Miami Heat 4-1. Look, DeLon Wright's an unrestricted free agent. They need to bring him back. So is Gorgui Dieng, Lou Williams, and Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot, with Kevin Knox being their only restricted free agent. Maybe they'll bring back Kevin Knox, but I'm a fan. I think they should bring back DeLon Wright and Gorgui Dieng. Gorgui Dieng really didn't play, but if we want to move forward without Danilo Gallinari and Clint Capella, which we'll talk about later if that does happen, for a more defensive roster, Gorgui Dieng fits the role as a backup center who can be a 3-and-D rim protector, a guy who on defense protects the rim. He can kind of step out against some power forwards, and then on offense he stretches the floor. And what was the problem with the Hawks? They were playing awful on defense. 26 in the past league in defensive rating, 24th in opponents' efficient field goal or effective, I think it's efficient field goal percentage, 54.6%, and 27th per cleaning the glass in opponents' turnover percentage, which more than not, Atlanta's excellent offense, which was second in the league in offensive rating, was worthless. Because if you have that bad of defense, like if you have a top 10 offense, you're expected to at least have around 15, between the 13 and 18 ranking of defense. If you're a top 10 defense, you're expected to have an offense between 13 and 18 ranking. And that's the bare minimum. Most great winning teams are top 10, or at least top 10 in one category, and then top 15 or top 18 the other. And look, you could argue that it's hard to see significant internal improvement going forward with their current nucleus, which is hell expensive right now with Trae Young's extension kicking in. Atlanta's top 6 salaries are John Collins, Young, Danilo Gallinari, Clint Capella, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Kevin Huerter, which all combined $126 million. So Danilo Gallinari is on his way out. He has only $5 million guaranteed. That's going to cut them to, between those guys, under 100. There'll be $100 million. And if they want to move on from Clint Capella or Bogdan, which I wouldn't be surprised, because John Collins can play defense. Clint can play defense, but I think John Collins is a better defender. And Bogdan, they kind of have a younger version of him and Kevin Huerter. And Young can help. He was sublime with the ball, and he could improve the flow of the attacks, the Hawks attack, by not giving the ball up earlier or turning it over. So what I think is, they need a Dorian Finney-Smith, okay? They need a guy who can help stabilize themselves. And you're like, well, they have DeAndre Hunter. Well, what has DeAndre Hunter done? He had that really good stretch before he got injured last year when they made it to the conference finals. He was averaging like 17 and a half a game. He was phenomenal, and he has never gotten himself there. And the reason they need somebody like that or another player like that is to help a two-way guy, And let's look into free agency on somebody that they should target and someone I expect them to target, because they're not going to be able to get the Jalen Brunsons with Miles Bridges. Montrezl Harrell's looking at less than $6 million a year. So if they can go out there, obviously Ricky Rubio, if they let DeLon, I think they should bring back DeLon Wright for cheap. But if they can't keep him, try to bring in Ricky Rubio or Tyus Jones. But a center like Nick Claxton or a PJ Tucker, a Gary Payton II, a Jashawn Tate, those are the guys I want them to go. Chris Boucher, Victor Oladipo, Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown is someone they should definitely sign. He's literally a center in a point guard's body. He's so energetic, and he does a lot of his scoring in the paint. And he's a guy who can guard 1 through 5. And he shot 40.4% this past year from 3. So he can do it. He can hit it. Otto Porter, Dante DiVincenzo, all guys they should target. JaVale McGee, Thomas Bryant, Nick Batum. Okay? These guys are all guys that predict them to be looking at. Because, look, less than 2 weeks into the season, the Hawks were giving people concern about their vibes with their young players going off, and they felt they had arrived as they make the Eastern Conference Finals. And again, it starts with Trae Young, who said in the regular season that it was a lot more boring than the playoffs. Maybe so, but the regular season is how you get ready for the playoffs, because elite teams use the regular seasons to create and fine-tune their habits to make them successful with the postseason. That's the video, guys. I got really heated about that. A lot more heated than I initially thought I'd be. So Yeah, let me know. What do you guys think? Peace out.